You are live. Welcome again. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one fits where you are today. I know I got viewers from the East Coast to the West Coast and from the northern part of our world, southern part of our world. I'm grateful for each and every one of you who join me week after week for Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am Pastor Willie, your host. I'm so glad, sure enough, glad to be with you today. I don't know if you can pay attention or not, if you noticed it, but I do have a new look. As you can see, I'm no longer wearing eyeglasses. I've completed the journey of having both of my cataracts done and the implants done to where now I can see clearly now. So I just want to let you all know it's not a mistake. It's actually me here with you live. I'm looking forward to the journey of sharing with you all. I'm expecting to see any minute now my brother and my friend Mark joining us. I see the live posting. People are popping on in the different locations. You may be on Facebook. You may be on YouTube. You may be on Zoom Live. So wherever you are, I'm grateful to see you. And as I said, it wouldn't take long for Mark to join us. TGIFF, thank God it's Fundraising Friday. Welcome, Brother Mark. Good to see you with us today. Guess what, Brother Mark? I have my wonderful wife in the room with me. She's on the other side. She doesn't spend a lot of time talking about fundraising. She leave that one to me, although she joins us every now and then on our Wednesdays live with our 1 minute prayer live. She said, say that out loud if you're going to talk in the room. Oh, she's talking to me while I'm talking to y'all. Did you get that? She said she can talk about fundraising, but all she had to do is bring a chair around and I'll give her a spot. You know me, I'll gladly share. I've been trying to get Mark to join us for the last 2 years. I can't even get him to come back. Yeah, I see you smiling. You are. Blessings to you anyhow. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. Today, our journey, we're going to carry on from what we started last week. I have begun the journey, our fundraising journey. And as you all know, um, it seems like every now and then I switch up, but really I don't switch up. Really, what I do with each one of you all, I give you something week after week that on Monday morning, when you get to work, when you start your journey on Monday, you have something that you can actually use. I don't want them online. You okay? This grant is available. That grant is available because it's not all. Even though, like today, I'm meeting with my team, the group that I work with out of Lorain, Ohio. Today we talked about a program, and when we were done with the conversation, I logged on to the site, and guess what? That funding opportunity is available. They have a meeting on the 11th, and the opportunity, the grant is due in October. And we had just talked about it. So that's how things change. But the goal is to make sure that when we're talking about fundraising, that you're not just focused on the money, but you are fundable. Yes, the goal is to make sure you're fundable. We often want to write a grant. We often want a grant writer. We often want to go get the money, or we chase the money. And I say it every week: don't chase the money, chase your vision. But the problem with a lot of organizations is they're not really fundable because they do not have all of their T's crossed, their I's dotted, or their X's in a row. And what we do, we Kingdom Fundraisers, we help you become fundable. And so my goal as a fundability coach is to get you from startup to sustainability. It's really to help you get your vision off of the paper onto the pavement. And we do that by going through my assessment or my network where we can give you the tools that you need. So I'm glad that you joined me today for Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am your fundability coach. So listen, last week we introduced 4 words. We introduced 4 words that I want every nonprofit, every ministry, community leader to remember. Those 4, they're 4 words, but they're really 4 statements. First one is build it. Second one is fund it. Third one is sustain it. And the last one is leave it. We want you to make sure your organization is built properly, so that when you build the organization properly, you're now fundable. You'll be able to connect with an organization or an agency that's willing to fund you or partner with you. I say that all the time. Don't just look for funders for the long term, and that's the sustainability piece. You want to look for partners. So build it, fund it, sustain it, then leave it. How do you leave your organization? How do you leave a legacy? How do you step down or go from one organization to another organization? Or maybe your mindset says, I'm tired, I want to retire, but I can't retire because I don't have anybody that can take over where I left off. Well, we ought to be preparing the next generation or the next individual to help carry your organization from startup to sustainability. Everything shouldn't have to be put on you in order to get things done. So these are the things that we want to make sure you understand. Build it, fund it, sustain it, and then how do you leave your organization in the hands of someone capable? That means you've got to train somebody. Am I right about it? So we're going to keep teaching this lesson. Because we realize there are too many leaders who are looking for money before they have built the organization. That makes them really ready for the money. Think about it. You need a grant for $100,000, $150,000, or even more, when oftentimes you can't even get a $20,000 grant because you're properly ready. So today, I want to help you answer one very important question. And that question is simply, what stage of fundability or what stage in this fundability journey is my organization in? Let me ask that question one more time. What stage of the fundability journey is my organization in? Have you ever asked yourself, have you ever asked your team that question? Huh? Because oftentimes we jump, my computer is playing games with me, y'all. Oftentimes we ask ourselves the question, but we're not really ready for that. Let me post this question to you one more time. What stage of the fundability journey, and make it personal, is my organization in? I'm asking you, which stage is your organization in? You need to ask yourself. And you need to do an assessment. Sometimes you need to do your check mark. I have a document that allows you to do a check mark of everything your organization should have in order to operate properly, right? So think about this. Fundraising asks, where's the money? Fundability asks, are you ready for the money? Yeah, fundraising says, I'm ready, I want the money. Where is it at? That's fundraising. But being fundable says, am I ready for the money? And those are two important things to know, because you can chase money all day long. But if you're not ready for it, guess what? You're more likely not going to get it. And watch this. There are a lot of organizations who are able to receive the money and then operate improperly. They use the money wrong. Then they have to turn around and figure out, how come I got to give this money back? Because they did not operate in the right manner. So our goal is to make sure that you're fundable and that you're doing what you're supposed to do with the money that you receive. So I'm not saying, think about this, I'm not saying that grants and other funding opportunities are unimportant. Don't misunderstand me. But what I am saying is that every opportunity is not for every organization. That's why I say don't chase the money. Every opportunity out there, just because there are grants that come by, for example, I have a couple organizations in the last couple of weeks that sent me 20 grants. Every grant that was available in the state, one was Illinois, the state of Illinois, the other one was the state of Tennessee. Every grant that came open through the State Department and federal department, they sent me every one of them. Now, as their fundability coach, they're asking me to review all of those grants. Let's just say 10 each. There's about 10 of them each. They want me to go through every grant. Okay, these grants are the ones that you should apply for, and then they want me to help them apply. When if we're learning the right tools and right things that we need to know, if I'm teaching you properly, which is what I turned around and did, I asked questions of them with those 10 grant opportunities instead of me doing it. I gave them the type of questions that they should ask themselves. Am I fundable for this grant? Does this grant fit my organization? Is my narrative going to work with what the funder is asking me to do? there are certain questions that you need to ask yourself to see if you're fundable. Think about this. Funders do not fund vision by itself. They look for strong leadership. They make sure that there's a clear program design. They look for a responsible board. They're looking for realistic budgets, not just a bunch of numbers. They look for measurable outcomes, proper documentation. Hello. Can you do everything you're supposed to do? Can you document what you're supposed to do? And then they look for the ability to manage and report the money. I think I need to say each one of them one more time because they're very important. Sister Beverly, God bless you. Happy belated birthday to you. Welcome to us one more time. I'm so glad to see you today. I pray that all is well at home in the great city of Youngstown. We do miss you guys mightily. And so, again, this is what we want to make sure you know. Funders, again, do not fund vision by itself. They look for strong leadership. They look for clear design program, a responsible board, realistic budget, measurable outcomes, proper documentation, and the ability to manage and report the money. These are the things when you're writing your grant, your narrative, your proposal, when you're responding to a NOFA, you know what a NOFA is? Oh yeah, Notice of Funding Available, or the RFP. There's RFP out there, right? That is your response for funding proposal. So they're looking for you to answer these questions in the manner in which I've done so. I want to say this to you, be very clear. If your organization can do these things, you're more likely to be fundable. You're more likely to be fundable. And I leave that on the screen because I want everyone that watches this, whether you're doing it now, you're going to watch it later on, or you're in a different country, because again, one of my people in Kenya and in Ghana and in Pakistan, they watch me and respond to me every single day. We're talking about how to fundraise. Let me say this I don't care where you are. This will work for anyone in any country. Yesterday, I was on the phone with a young lady who was doing some work both in Jamaica and both in India. And the India program is ready to go. We're looking for $25,000 for a specific piece of India. This is what the people are looking for in order to give you some funds. They want to know, do you have strong leadership? Are the right people in place? Do you have a clear program design? And that's really what I help shape with most organizations that I work with, organizational development, to make sure your organization can do what it does or says it's going to do. They want a responsible board. They want to make sure you have accountability. That's what your board is there to help you fundraise, to help keep you legally intact. There's certain people you should have on your board to help you have good accountability. Then a realistic budget. If you're going to ask for $25,000 or $125,000, then you ought to be able to have a good budget, a budget narrative. Do you know what that is? A budget narrative explains what this line item is for. Then you ought to have measurable outcomes, as I said to my clients yesterday and today. We use what I call a logic model. And in doing that, we want to know if I'm going to do a program for 200 people, the outcome is at least 150 of them will have been served and improved their quality of life some form or way or manner. We're in a service business, so our goal as servants, fundraisers, or nonprofit organizations, ministries, or whatever you do, most of our program is really designed to serve people. So at the end of the day, I want to serve 200, but my outcome, I only ended up serving 150, and here's the result of the 150 that was helped. Is this helping anybody? The proper documentation. Can I document the 150 that was served? You need sign-in sheets. You How many did you feed today? How many actually attended today's session or meeting? You want to document, and guess what? You want to document because every month, generally, you report this information to your funder either monthly or quarterly, and or both. Come on, somebody. And then the ability to manage and report the money that you want to make sure that you're documenting and reporting in the right way. They don't want to waste their money. They want to give it to an organization. Guess what? That's more than ready to meet the need of the people. So your organization may not have a grant problem. You really, at the end of the day, your organization may have a fundability problem. So those 4 steps I gave the other day, when I say to you, you have a fundability problem, that doesn't mean your organization is wrong and making mistakes. It means that it's time to strengthen the organization behind your vision. And the first way, we talked about it a lot last week, is build it. You ready? Build it. You may have the vision, but do you have the organization behind the vision? Okay? And so you should ask yourself these questions. Is my organization clear? Is my mission clear enough for other people to understand and support it? Is my mission clear enough for other people to understand and support it? And by the way, you can get this information. We're going to post it. You can DM me at the end of the program, or you can begin to DM me now. Send me a DM and say to me either one of these 4 words: build it, fund it, sustain it, leave it. Give me any one of those words: build it, fund it, sustain it, and leave it. And we'll make sure that you get access to get this information I'm giving you today. These are classes that I teach on a regular basis. I'm giving it to you today. All right. So you want to ask yourself on the build it side. This is what we talked about last week, because I need to get to stage 2 for this week, and then next week stage 3, stage 4. But we're building this. Each one of these is your course to help you become fundable. So stage 1, build it. Ask yourself, is your organization clear? Is your mission clear enough for other people to understand it and then support it? Is our board active, informed, and accountable? Is our program written, organized, and designed to produce measurable results? Is it written out? Is it just something in your head? Or have you, as Rebecca said, Rebecca 2 and 2, write the vision, make it plain so the they that read it can run with it. So is your program written? Is it organized and designed to produce measurable results? Guess what? Your board should be able to help you do that. The other things you should ask: do you have a realistic program or organizational budget? Is it real what you're trying to do? Or you're just trying to throw stuff together? No, it needs to be organized. And last question I'll ask you on the build it side: do you have the policies, records, and a system needed to manage the funds responsibly? Do you have all that? That's a lot. But in order to be a fundable organization, guess what? This is what you need to build. So build it before you try to fund it. Stage 2 is fund it. Once an organization is being built properly, we can begin pursuing the right funding. Once you built your organization right, then you can fund it. Khalil, good to see you, brother. I was thinking about your grandson the other day. I wrote that on here. I want to make sure it's listed for you guys can follow. Come back to it later on. Remember, build it before you can fund it. That's what we're talking about. Stage 2, fund it. Once the organization is being built properly, then once it's built right, fund it is stage 2. Fund it is stage 2. Once the organization is built properly, we can begin to talk about funding. Amen. So how do we do that? I'm glad you asked. Funding is bigger than grants. It's a healthy funding strategy. A healthy funding strategy may include these things. I want to give you some things that help you make sure your funding strategy is proper. Here they go. Individual donors. These are things that help you become a strong, funded organization. Individual donors, foundations and government grants, corporate sponsorships, community institutions and partnerships. There are organizations in your community that you can partner with. They're already doing some of what you're doing, and they need you to partner with them to accomplish the whole goal, to make your area holistic. How about service contracts? My organization that I'm working with out of the rain, that's specifically what we're looking at, providing a service to a company, to another agency, and we're planning on contracting with them versus looking for grants. And guess what? Contracts, they are binding and they last longer. It's locked in money and it's dependable. Come on, somebody. Fundraising campaigns and events. As I said to them every now and then, you want to do a fundraising campaign for no other reason, for networking and for visual. To become visible, to the neighborhood, to the community, to the people you serve and want to serve. Fundraising campaigns and events really work well for you. They help generate money. Do you know if you do a small dinner, blanket, breakfast, whatever, during your breakfast, have an envelope on the table and ask for people to become friends of your organization. You put a little card in there and allow them to fill out for 20. Look, if you get 100 people giving you $5, that's $500 that you didn't have. Ask for it and you can get it. Last one is earned income. How about having a product where you can sell and give away? Why not get cups with your organization's name? Have it on the table at your fundraising event so that people, when they come, they get a cup, or not just, everybody has an ink pen with their name on it. But give them something that most people use these cups. I went to my eye doctor, the one that did my cataract surgery. They gave me cups every time I went. Well, I just chose twice, one for me and one for her. But she used it yesterday in her work that she does, the event that she does. She took the cup with her. Listen, these things draw attention. They help you learn the network. So the goal is not to apply for every grant you see online. The goal is to pursue funding that fits your mission, that fits your program, that fits your capacity, to make sure that you have the capacity to provide the service and the people you're called to serve. So listen, I'm going to say this one more and again. Don't chase the money. Chase your vision. And when the vision is clear and the organization is prepared, we can pursue the right money with confidence. I wanted to make sure I got into phase 2, or should I call it stage 2. Next week, we're going to talk about stage 3 and maybe stage 4. But definitely next week, we're going to talk about how to sustain it. Because these things are valuable to you, right? Let me give you these things again and put them on there. These are your fundability partnerships. Individual donors, foundations and government grants, corporate sponsors, community organizations and institution partnerships. Don't just look for people to fund you, look for partners. Service contracts. Who can you go to get a contract with so you can work together? What organization, what individual, what business is out there? We talk about corporate sponsorship. If you're doing it, if you have Walmart or Target or Starbucks, one of them bring their team in to help you provide the need. That's called in-kind services. Guess what? It's like we're doing a grant with an individual company, and they have an in-kind service. They have a match for the amount of money up to $200,000, but they're looking for a match. You know how we're matching? We're matching them with their in-kind service or volunteers who work with their organization. We're adding up what that happens. We're adding up the organizations that provide donations to them. Those donations have a value. Come on. There's a lot to do to build your organization so that it's fundable, right? So don't chase the money. Chase the vision. I want you to, there's an old movie as I close. and it's called Field of Dreams. And in that, Kevin Costner said, "Build it, and they will come." I love that movie. It's really a good one. I watch it every now and then as a reminder of the reality that if we build it, they will come. If we build our organization in the right way, funders, you're not going to have to chase it. They'll come. I want to say this, and one of the things that Miss Beverly was on it with me, and she was one of our partners in Youngstown. And one thing that I always say to most of our partners, I realize when you do good, people will work with you. They'll want to work with you when you're doing your business right, build it, and they'll come, right? I found in doing what we were doing at the end of every year, many of the funding organizations that would fund us in partnership, they would have money left over in their fiscal year and would contact us, special government agencies as well. And we would get contacted every year. I'm already talking to one organization about Giving Tuesday that comes in November. October, November, we are doing our Giving Tuesday campaign. Yes, that time of year already. One of the things that happened for us during Giving Tuesday that drive organizations with money left over in their budget would partner with us, and we would be able to get 1,000 here. That was every now and then we get as much as 5,000. But believe this: 2,000 here, 2,000 there, 1,000 here, 1,000 there. It adds up, and it allows us that those are non-discretionary money. Every now and then they'll give you some money for a specific, so we would get money from the Department of Health and Human Services for our daycare. But I knew I had to spend that money on our daycare. So for sometime we would do Christmas things. Whatever was necessary to spend the money that they gave, we met need. But our organization was built right, so we didn't have to chase the money. It came because of the vision was made clear. I'm just trying to help you today. Let's make your vision clear. Write the vision, make it plain, so that those that read it, those funders that you write to, so they have reviewers. See, most funders don't look at it themselves. They do some. But most of those grants that you're chasing, they have reviewers and grant reviewers. And they have a checklist. They have a piece of paper. Did you do this? Did you do that? They give you points. And then they add up the points at the end of the paper. I'm looking because I have this paper in my hand. They add up the points. And there's only some, just like taking a test, 80%, you pass. They want to make sure that you have checked all the boxes. And so everyone, including my younger brother here, blessing to you, sir. Signs follow that trust in the Lord Christ. So every desire of your heart comes with that. Money is the byproduct of walking in obedience. Love you much, my man. Pastor Curtis in Glendora, Ohio, in Glendora, California. He joined us this morning. Tell my dear sister in love, I said hello. Good to see you joining me today. Just want to give you guys some information. As I said, we're building a new platform on these 4 pillars: build it, fund it, sustain it, leave it. We're building this platform. This platform is solid. I don't have to worry about changing it. I just need to add to it. But every week we want to give you something you can use. On Monday morning when you go to work, you can come back to one of these lessons and say, oh, I got it. A lot of this is going to be moved to YouTube. We're going to expand our YouTube channel. We're going to expand our YouTube channel. And so we want you to be prepared. If you're not a part of our YouTube channel, you need to go subscribe now. Because in a minute, we're going to switch over and it won't be a lot of that on, well, it'll be on Facebook too. But we're going to expand the YouTube. We want people. We want to grow the audience because there are so many of you, there are so many more who are looking for what we have to offer. And I'm getting response that I need to activate. And so take a look at this message today, review it, write it out, get ready for next week, and we're going to talk about sustainability. God bless you. Don't forget, if you want the manuscript for this week or last week's lesson, DM me. You can the word manuscript, DM me, build it or fund it or sustain it or leave it. Send me those words, and guess what? I'll make sure that you get it. Let me give you these words one more time. Hold on. Here's what I'm asking you to send. Send me any one of these words. And what we'll do is make sure you have access to the manuscript. Thanks for joining me today for another edition of Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am Pastor Willie, your host, and I am so grateful for the time you give me. God bless. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.